Matt. Well, the defense rested its case in the trial of Trooper Brian North today after calling its last two witnesses to the stand.
Yeah, North is charged with manslaughter in the shooting death of 19-year-old Mubarack Soulemane in West Haven.
Fox 61's Julia LeBlanc has been covering the trial from the very beginning.
And she joins us now live outside Milford Superior Court with more. Julia.
Well, before the defense rested its case, we heard from two former police officers turned national consultants, originally hired actually by the state years ago for an analysis of Trooper Brian North's actions. Now they're key witnesses for the defense.
Simply put, Trooper North's statement aligns with what I understand about perception response time from the relevant research.
Coming all the way from Colorado, former police officer Professor Paul Taylor was tasked years ago with looking at the actions and statements of Trooper Brian North from the night of the shooting on January 15th, 2020.
Trooper North was not shooting in response. He did not make a decision to shoot in response to the taser deployment. Now, the follow-up question to that is, could it have been that it was a startle response? That is, there was suddenly a taser deployment and Trooper North had a startle response. Well, behaviorally, there's a couple of things that tell me that's not very likely.
Taylor analyzed moments like this one where North testified he thought 19-year-old Mubarack Soulemane was lunging at the other officers on the passenger side of the car with a knife in his hand. So North says he shot him to protect them.
The things that Trooper North described as occurring when he made the decision to pull the trigger are in fact supported by the perception response times that we see in laboratory studies.
Inspector General Robert Devlin challenging that statement, pointing to another one made by North when he took the stand. North says he thought one of the officers was reaching into the car at the same time Soulemane pulled out a knife.
I'm asking you for your observation of this body-worn camera. Was it swinging around or not?
Sir, I can't see.
What do you mean? You can't answer that?
No, I can't answer that based on the vision.
That's your answer.
The defense calling on another consultant and former police officer. Flying in from Nevada this week, James Borden also analyzed the incident.
What was your analysis regarding this first issue that you just spoke of?
That the use of force in this case was appropriate based on a foundation of
Objection. Sustained.
Borden's focus was on North's perception at the time of the shooting and the threat he claims he and the other officers were facing.
Was there evidence to substantiate that belief? The officer stated that they felt there was a threat because of X, Y, and Z. All right, does X, Y, and Z exist in the form of evidence? And in this case, it was.
Devlin closes in during cross-examination.
You're mincing my terms. Your Honor, would you like me to re-explain what I said?
No, I'll ask the question, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, the state plans on calling a rebuttal witness tomorrow. Now, shortly after, the judge asked the attorneys to be ready for closing arguments. And if there's time, the judge hopes to instruct the jury to get them ready for deliberations. We're live in Milford. Julia LeBlanc, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.